Hey Book Club, Dan here from Roman Book Club. Today, I want to share with you a classic. I say share because you don't actually review classic novels. You just tell how awesome and wonderful they are. There's a reason they are classics. I want to talk about The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Kids throw around the word epic a lot. It's so epic. Guess what? They don't know the definition of epic. This book is the definition of epic. The Count of Monte Cristo was written as a serial by French author Alexandre Dumas. He finished it in around 1844. An interesting fact about him, he was mixed race. His grandfather lived in a French colony in Haiti, and his grandmother was a slave. And I often wonder what layers were added to his life experience because of this heritage in the 1800s. Dumas is the author of wonderful classics of high adventure like The Three Musketeers, The Man in the Iron Mask. The Count is by far my favorite, though. It tells the story of Edmond Dantès, who's falsely accused of treason and sent to prison on his wedding day. Now, in prison, he learns the existence of a great hidden treasure, and when the opportunity arises, he performs a daring and pretty cringeworthy escape. He finds the treasure, establishes himself as a nobleman, and then plans this methodical, thought-out revenge on those that falsely accused him and ruined his life, and win back the love of the woman he lost. His plans cover years. He's patient, he's careful, he's meticulous, and his journey to redemption is it's epic. Now, I remember reading this 180-year-old story and marveling at the wonderful writing. So much credit for that goes to the translator, of course, but for example, I remember this one particular scene where there's several people sitting around a table enjoying lunch. And there's dialogue going on. It's conversation between like 6 or 7 or maybe even 8 people. And those are hard to read sometimes because you get in this he said, and then he said, and then he said, and then he said. And as I was reading it, I realized that, man, this exchange is just flawless and it's so comfortable to read. I really love that I was able to find such a comfortable read in a classic novel. Now, don't get me wrong, I did have to use the dictionary on my Kindle a lot to understand some of the stuff I found, some of the words I found in The Count of Monte Cristo. But, that's cool because I was learning things, not a problem at all. As with most classics, there's no content issues as far as language, sex, or violence, but it is epic in scope and epic in size. The unabridged book is nearly 1,200 pages. I always recommend the unabridged versions of books because if I'm going to skip something, I want to be the one who decides what to skip. Now, I didn't skip hardly anything when I read The Count. I read all 1,200 pages and it was awesome. Les Mis, then we might have some things to talk about there, but that's for another review. The Count of Monte Cristo was an amazing read. I give it my strongest recommendation. It remains one of my most favorite stories of all time. Just because of the length and the big words, I'll recommend this one to 16 and up. Although if you have a younger reader that can handle it, then by all means go for it. Content-wise, things are fine. Anyway, this is The Count of Monte Cristo. There it is. That's The Count of Monte Cristo. Go get it for free. You can also find different versions of it for cheap on Amazon. Either way, whatever version you get, you're going to have a good experience. Happy reading, everyone.